Welcome back, guys, to Trails to Azure, where last episode our breakout of Nox Forest Prison continued as we finally managed to find Lloyd's gear after dispatching the last guards, running away from the police academy as Garcia and Rossi stayed behind to buy us time. When Lloyd pushed into the survival area below by the chasing CDF, he was soon cornered by too many troops to fight against, but a rescuer arrived in an unexpected form as Zeit, the divine wolf, ate and then spat up the enemy commander, causing their retreat, before then taking Lloyd on a ride while explaining the situation surrounding the septarion of Mirage, as he now presents us with a choice.
We've went pretty far.
Is this the Calvanian border?
Yes, the Defense Force soldiers should have difficulty finding us here. This will be a good opportunity to rest. Thanks, Zeit. You really saved me back there. Huh? What is that? A barrier of some sort that appeared around Crossbell City. It would seem that only those that are permitted may freely enter and exit, and those that are not cannot pass through it at all. Be they living creatures or machines. You've got to be kidding! As you saw when you escaped, pleroma grass has begun to bloom all throughout the state of Crossbell. It would be accurate to think of it as a sign that the land itself has become one with the newly born septarion. Zeit, just what is pleroma grass? I've heard that it shares some sort of connection to the septium veins underground. It was once the proverbial eyes of the former septarion of Mirage. As it bloomed, Demiurgus could observe and understand the surface world. It is also capable of distorting the surrounding space when spiritually linked to the septarion. That is the most probable cause of the cryptid's sudden emergence. Such beings should not exist on this plane by nature. I think I understand. Those disgusting rituals the DG cult was conducting. They were all about taking advantage of the pleroma grass properties to perfect Gnosis, right? Yes. Their goal was to accumulate the knowledge and personalities of the victims who fell to the drug's influence. Said corpus of data would subsequently be transferred into the girls slumbering within the cradle of the Sun Fort. The vast amounts of information would then self-organize to nurse forth the high-minded dignity they sought to recreate. Then after 500 years, the core of the septarion awoke. That is the extent of my knowledge. The situation in which you find yourself is the will of the cult's puppet masters, meticulously crafted over the course of centuries. On that topic, the choices presented to you now are rather limited. Would you not prefer to flee to foreign soil until the storm has subsided? I understand why you'd ask. My uncle's home is in Calvert, so it's true that I'd have somewhere to lay low if I had to. But no, that's not an option. There's work to be done here. I have answers to find and a case to crack. Do you know? Solving this crisis and uncovering the truth will be more than just a one-man job too. Ellie, Tio, Randy, and not just them, everyone. I need all of their strength. So you see, I can't run. I can't hide. I have to go back and face it all. Sorry to do this after you brought me all the way here, but I still have a duty to fulfill. What truth are you hoping to ascertain? Isn't it obvious? I don't care about her powers or where she came from. What I want to know is what Kia wants more than anything else in this world, and I need to hear it straight from her heart. And chances are, I'll never be able to find that out unless I bring her home. There's also the matter of what happened to the old Septarion. How can we expect Kia to shoulder the burden Demiurgus couldn't? Kia's like family to me. I could never just sit by and let her suffer that fate. So I'm gonna take her back. Even if that means kicking the president and Arios off of their pedestals. Good to see a little stint in the clink hasn't changed Crossbell's Father of the Year. Huh? Wazi, what are you doing here? Wait, a bus? And Reese and Kevin too? Good to see you again, Bannings. Indeed, it's been too long. Hey, how have you been hanging these past 4 months? Thanks for remembering me, by the way. Hard to forget the names and faces of the Septian Church's Growlsritter.
Wait, Wazi, does that mean you're... Wazi Hemisphere, the Sapphire Testament, otherwise known as the Ninth Dominion of the Growlsritter of the Septarion Church. It's a pleasure to make your reacquaintance.
What? Incidentally, I am a knight of the Growlsritter. I work in the service of Wazi. You've got to be kidding me! Have you two really been stringing me along all this time? They didn't even really hide it that well, Lloyd. They were constantly... They called their gang the Testaments. They were spouting religious stuff and atheist stuff all the blooming time. Come on, Lloyd. I know there was other things. God damn. Well, wait a second. When we first met Reese, neither of you even said a word about any of this. My apologies. I pretended not to know who he was. Baba Wazi's undercover mission is regarded with the utmost secrecy. Her arrival here completely fooled that old Grumperalda. He had no idea who the real mole was. I really owe her for one for that. Happy to be of service. I mean, yeah, once Reese standing out like the sore thumb she is worked out, anyone could have seen through her sister act. I bet the Archbishop was beside himself when she walked through the door. I have no idea what you're talking about. Besides, you're hardly in any position to preach to me about how to successfully go undercover, knowing your track record. To be fair, none of them look anything like your average clergy people. This is why they're likable. Okay, that's enough catching up for now. You see, the actual reason we're here is because he called us. You mean Zeit? Yes, that is correct. I had a hunch your resolve would remain firm, so I thought it prudent to recruit collaborators on your behalf. Oh. Now that you know I've been infiltrating Crossbell, you can probably fill in the blanks. But the Growlsritter has seen this situation coming for a while now. To a certain degree, at least. Still, there were a lot of gaps to bridge. We didn't know the Croix family was behind the conspiracy, for one, or Kia's true identity. Zeit recently brought us up to speed on the whole story, like I'm sure he did with you. That being said, what we are contending with here is an artificially reconstructed septarion of Mirage. The situation is far beyond the scope of the Growlsritter's typical duty of artifact retrieval. As such, the circumstances would normally make this out of our jurisdiction. But on the other hand, we couldn't just ignore the society's involvement in this little brouhaha. That's where you come in, Mr. Detective. You're our in for getting our hands dirty. That's about the size of it. I think we'll be allowed to intervene if it's under the guise of collaborating with you. So Lloyd, what'd you say? Well, you want my... the only game I've ever seen where the church comes along and I go, yes? You want my, burgeoning favorite part of this series? To be alongside me? Sure. Growlsritter me up. There's just one thing I need to confirm first. Kia, what does the church plan to do with her? Right for the jugular. That one's a toughie. Yes, but being dishonest will get us nowhere with him. I agree. He deserves to know the truth. Then that's what we'll give him. The Septarion of Zero is far more dangerous than the Septarion of Space, the Aureole, ever was. That much is for certain, even if we still haven't grasped the full breadth of her powers yet. You've been locked away for weeks. Are you aware at all of what's been happening around the continent? Not really. All I've heard is that civil war has broken out in the Empire. Boy, has it. It all got put on the fast track after that armored division they tried to send across the border got snuffed out. And you know how the Golden Stallions roll, but every time they tried to push back, they got whooped all over again by those Ions. Right when things were going to Gehenna in a handbasket over there, the Noble Alliance troops scuttled out and occupied Heimdall. It was then that the Blood and Iron Chancellor was shot. No one's seen him since. Now that the Empire is ablaze in the flames of civil war, few expect it to be doused anytime soon. Meanwhile, the Republic has been in an economic crisis as a result of Crossbell's actions. On top of that, terrorist activity has been in full swing to the point where the President has formally declared a state of emergency. When it rains, it pours. You don't even know the half of it. It's not like things are coming up roses in other countries either. Questionable activity is beginning to surface in regions Erebonian and Coward have traditionally had under their thumbs. All the while, President Croix has been pressuring heads of state throughout the continent to have them bend the knee to Crossbell, that is. And naturally, he has the power of the Septarion to coerce them with. Exactly. It had the ability to repel the Imperial Army, one of the most powerful military forces in all of Zemuria. And that's just with the free archaisms the society supplied. What do you think would happen if they were mass-produced, souped up by the Septarion of Zero, and deployed continent-wide? Kia would never agree to that, not when it means harming innocent people. In all technicality, it does not seem that the archaisms are controlled by the Septarion directly. More likely, the Septarion's powers granted them the ability to move autonomously as her guardians, much like that Ren girl's archaism, Patamata. No way! I'm inclined to agree on that point, Hoss. I seriously doubt that little girl's in the driver's seat there. And that makes it all the easier for those ions to be abused by just about anyone, with her none the wiser. Whether or not Kia is consciously in control is beside the point. A power like that is still much too dangerous to ignore. Okay, now I know where the church stands, but despite your stake in this, I'd still like to ask for your cooperation. Really? I thought you were going to turn us down for sure. I'm just being realistic. I know this isn't something I could do by myself. Time isn't on my side either. The longer this drags on, the more Kia will be made to suffer. But let me make one thing perfectly clear. If you lay even one hand on Kia, I'll stop you. Even if it means fighting to my dying breath. And I'm not the only one. Ellie, Tio, Randy, they would say the same thing. We'll never let you take her. Call it a fallacy. Call it illogical. I don't care. We're her family. We won't let you hurt her. Damn, I knew you were a sharp guy, but I didn't know you had that kind of fire in you. I think I'm starting to get why you like him so much, Wazzy. That's a light way to put it. The man's stolen my heart. I'm serious, Wazzy, if you... I know. As the Dominion of the Growlsritter, I swear on Aeolus' name, you will not be excluded from how we choose to deal with her. Your opinions and input will be heard. I know that's not ideal, but this is the best I can do given our position. Sound good to you? Yeah, it's enough for now. Then we have a deal. Okie doke, time to get to work. Let's move out, gang. What's that? Oh, that sound. It harkens me back to times past. The heavenly chariot, I take it. Technology. Technology everywhere. Airships! Tactical crafts reserved for use by the Growlsritter. We call them Merkaba. Each is equipped with a number of stealth functions, including but not limited to optical camouflage. That'll be just what we need to stay discreet while traveling through Crossbell in airspace. Well, Lloyd, ready to go? Yeah, let's do this! Kia, everyone, wait for me. I'm coming. That was Fragments. We crossed false paradise, did we? But where does that leave us now? I escaped prison. Have some points from the Crossbell State Police Department. You were presented with emblem as a reward for your performance. Detective second class has been reached. Right then, well, we can't see what that quartz is until we continue on. Without the special sports section, we didn't have anyone to travel with, but, well, we do. Let's see. When you put it with a number on it, it makes it sound like Thunderbirds. Merkaba Unit 9. We'll take care of the ions for our part, just as planned. What? Okay, Kevin. Okay, Reese. I mean, I don't believe that you can't do that kind of stuff, but that seems ambitious. Just the two of you? You guys be careful out there. Same to you, Heretic Hunter. Oh, pardon me. Thousand Hand Guardian. It may not be your title anymore, but that doesn't mean you can't live up to it every now and then. I guess not. A change. I gather you derived your new title from the legendary Thousand Arms herself, Rufina Argent. It is very fitting, Father Kevin. Thanks. Sounds like a long story. That's a nice touch as well. Hey Lloyd, the going's about to get tough, so just hang in there, okay? Crossbell being in the spot it is, I wouldn't count on any outside help swooping in to save the day. If I have one more piece of advice, it's this. Don't forget the bonds you made along the way. You'll need them. The bonds I've made? Understood. I'll keep that in mind. May Adius watch over you, Lloyd. And give Ellie my regards when you come to her aid. Right. I'll make sure I do. What's going on? I've activated the optical camouflage. Keep in mind the effect itself is not infallible. Our top speed has also been reduced as a drawback. In short, if we tried to fly in a restricted airspace at this speed, the ion geared toward mobility would catch us in no time. We wouldn't stand a chance in a direct confrontation. That's why we're going to have Merkaba Unit 5 play decoy. So what you're saying is, they'll give us the opening we need to infiltrate. Show us what the Grail's protectors can do then. No, Ion Type Beta, Gordius Class Tactical Arcades and Prototype. Seems like a very working model, actually. Playing the old na you can't catch me card by the look of it. So begins the finale, the path we chose. But don't let the word finale trip you up too much. There's still probably a long, long road to travel. A long, long path. We managed to slip through, but from the looks of it, the land of Crossbell is already integrated with the septarion. If we're not careful, the ions will come after us again. So it's a limit to how much we can rely on this airship. Correct. We're worried to land. The size of the craft would readily betray our presence to the network of pleroma grass. Sensors! Exactly. So getting us on the ground is going to be a hassle. To combat that, I plan to use a blind spot outside the septium veins' reaches. A blind spot? By nature, the septium veins' influence is large enough to span the breadth of the land. However, even among the streams of septium veins, there yet exist small regions free of their purview. I think I get it. So if we land in one of those gaps, we won't be noticed. That's about the size of it. As it so happens, the point we're at now is exactly the kind of spot we've been looking for. The sandbar on Ursula Road. It's the same area where that cryptid appeared. How did you figure out that this was a safe zone so quickly? The Master and I already scouted it out beforehand, obviously. Once things in Crossbell went south, we set up a little parlor trick and made our escape. So that's where you were. How very thorough of you. To be fair, this is the only place like it we know of so far. In the future, we'll have to find other blind spots where we can land. Now then, what's the plan? There's no way for us to get into the city with that barrier around it. I know that. Still, I think it would be best to get our feet on the ground now. I want to get a feel for what's going on down there with my own eyes. Every little bit counts. We can also use this opportunity to check on the situation at St. Ursula Hospital. Fair enough. Then descend we shall. What troubles you? I know it's a little late to ask, but why exactly are you going so out of your way to help us, Zeit? There's a little something I heard about the dragon that appeared during the LaBelle incident. Basically, you holy beasts aren't allowed to interfere with the fates of the septarions, right? But it's not. Just so. That is the provision of the covenant we have made. However, as the septarion of Mirage has long since been lost, my duty has already come to an end. With those shackles removed, I am permitted to act more freely. Lending a modicum of help to the children of man should be within my bounds. So that's how it is. Is that why you helped us during the Warhound case back then? You assume correctly. I cannot give you my indefinite support, but I can grant you my aid for the time being. You may simply consider this a part of my role as a police dog, if that so pleases you. Sure, we're glad to have you aboard. That's right, the three of us are going to have to make do on our own for now. When you're ready to disembark, just let Abbas know, and he'll take us down. The Merkaba also offers a few facilities at your disposal. Feel free to bother the crew for new equipment or supplies, or if you want to use the Obel factory. Got it. Thanks. Oazi and Zeit have joined the party. Oazi has learned the S-Craft Akashic Arm. Sure. Zeit has temporarily joined the party. As he does not use an Enigma 2, you cannot customize his scores. He does, however, have access to high-level arts. Be aware that Zeit also does not possess an S-Craft. Additionally, you will only be able to control Lloyd while aboard the Merkaba. All other members will be on standby within the ship. You will, however, still be able to manage all members' equipment in the cap menu and browse on their behalf at the shop and factory. Here we go, then. So we can check his orbment. No, we can't even check. Only on arts? Oh, we can't even check out his arts. I guess status, then? Well, no, okay, we can't check his arts, but we can check this other stuff. Overruns enemy lines with Spirits of Flame, Phoenix Rush, and a large area burn. Gal Force Fang has KO 25% in a line. And Alpha Roar gives... Oh, debuffs everyone? Strength defense minus 25%? The Alpha. Quite a bit of HP on you too. Lots of EPs. Right, what have you been doing in the meantime? Rarely owned by the general public, the Saints Garb. Is this the stuff I had before, or have you just completely got new stuff? I'd say you've come along with new stuff, which makes a lot of sense. Maybe not the weapons, though. Well, welcome. Dominion, Oazi Hemisphere. I want to use your special. I wish to see it in action. But for the time being, we'll make you our bastion of being able to survive, I think. Should be at the bottom, right? You can be our survival bastion. Orbment-wise, you're somewhat. You have some setup. You haven't got your thingamabob. Which was it? We did get emblem. HP, EP, CP regenerate on the field. Medium. Chance to guarantee max advantage 60% chance. It's not bad. It's not even that low on ATS. We do have access to Pixie, though, which of course has gone from a certain someone. Oh yeah, we have everything back. Emblem is a what level quartz? 4. I really don't know what to have on you. When I think about it. But that works because it gives you like last disaster and stuff. Sure, defense ADF down 25% with an attack as well. Golden Halo. Yeah, we got a little bit of setting up to do. I'm just wondering, I'm going to go to the, detective manual. Bliss. Reincarnation is 21 and 11. Attack, oh. Maybe that's a bit overboard. How much do we currently have? On this line, it's like 8, 16, and 7. Oh my god, wait, like one more and we can get it? Can make the range up further, that's 2-1. Like if I remove this voice breaker and put that here. Oh, that's not quite enough yet. So what are we looking at? 8, 16. And what we're missing is this, yeah. Oh, it's like we're really close to reaching it, but not really at the same time. Cast would be good, wouldn't it? That might make me reach it. Oh, okay, we got a super spell. I like super spell. I mean, I've got no healing, I guess, but what are you gonna do? Oh, we actually already have a cast too. Good, good, good. I guess having something to restore stuff wouldn't be a bad idea. So this should give me breath, maybe? It gives me Tyrion Fellas. I'll go with that at the moment. Seems crazy. Okay, well, Z, I'd like to give you mine and all that to boost your ATS a little bit more. But, do you know what? Do we need healing? Do we need healing, he says. The answer to that is yes, but also... Right. Let's have a look around. Only takes all of our EP. Shush you. Don't ruin my fun. Nice to meet you. My name is Ventos, and I'm a squire with the church. I'm in charge of managing the ship's equipment. We have plenty of gear and accessories in stock, so let me know if you need anything before starting an operation. They only have you handling all that. Sounds like you guys are pretty strapped for personnel. To be fair, we were out of action for the longest time until Father Wazi suddenly called on us. It was all we could do to pull together a skeleton crew on such short notice. Well, it was a pretty urgent situation. It's been 2 years since we all worked together. I've really missed bossing all of you around. Right. I should get back to work. Working for Wazi must be rough. I'll bet you have a lot to talk about with the testaments. Don't forget, you can buy all kinds of gear and accessories here. Just let me know if you need anything. And yes, Father Wazi has always had his squires wrapped around his little finger. It's impressive that our boss managed to keep him in check while we were away. Just to point out, though, to the thing that only takes all our EP, the Master Quartz itself restores our EP. Just saying, it's not bad. There's a synergy here. Right, so this is the gear that we've seen. This is new. The Pentagon is new. Oh, whoa, I didn't realize it cost 8,000 mirror. What's this? It's a good thing we found that gap between the Septarion Vein's influence on Ursula Road before things went downhill. But from now on, we'll have to manually detect other blind spots around the stage if we want to land elsewhere. The Merkaba is short-handed as it is, so we're not exactly in an enviable position. Not much is clear. All we can do is take this one step at a time. Finding our comrades, bringing Kia back, even in the most optimistic circumstances. I know it's not going to be easy. But it won't. So for now, we'll just have to do things the hard way. But yeah, you're saying the same thing. On a lighter note, the Merkaba's onboard facilities are yours to use as you see fit, so make yourself at home. We have weapons, armors, and accessories available. There's also an orbital factory, not to mention a place to sleep upstairs. Feel free to get acquainted with the crew while you check everything out too. So this is the... It's not the thing. This is the orbital factory then. So fancy. I mean, they have less of the Genten RGB installed that we had in the Castle of Mirrors, if you know what I mean. They definitely got all their tubes and all their supplies from Genten. That was an RGB fest. You're the leader of the Special Sports section, right? My name's Juno. I'm in charge of the engine room aboard the Merkaba Unit 9. I can also handle synthesizing quartz and tuning your battle elements here at our orbital factory. Really? They train squires to do that? I've always been good with my hands, as it so happens. I enjoy this kind of work. Now that Ouroboros has shown their cards, the church can't overlook their involvement. I hope we can work together to resolve this, Detective Bannings. Of course, we're counting on you. I need to upgrade my weapons then. Alright, what quartz can I get, actually? Anything new on this list? Nothing so far. Not even cast free yet? That's what I was waiting for, looking for. Boo. And I mean, I guess we should probably do your slots. So you have some extra EP. Oh, we're gonna need some more water here. Can you exchange Sepith for me at a good rate? That'd be nice. So you're just... You don't do weaponry upgrades. Shame! Okay, outwards we go. What was that noise? Rest in the nap room? I don't know. Do I get CP back? Oh my god, I do! It's as good as my car! I don't know about you, but I was expecting that to be a big no. So we're headed to St. Ursula Hospital, are we? Zeit, you needn't remind me. I was merely reminiscing. Speaking of which, we have been allies for many moons now. Yet in spite of that, I believe this will be the first time we travel the highway together. You're right. Funny how that works out, huh? Still, there's a first time for everything. We'll be counting on you down there, Zeit. Indeed. I look forward to observing your much vaunted leadership abilities as well. Be aware that I am unable to utilize those orbments, as you call them, during battle. However, as a divine wolf, I can perform a number of skills and crafts that will prove useful to you, just as they have in the past. And as far as leadership goes, I will once again be deferring to you, Lloyd. No. In turn, you are welcome to call upon my abilities as Divine Wolf. I think you should lead. You've probably got way more brains than everyone here. I believe in your experience. Oh, it really is a skeleton crew. Well, you figured out our next course of action. Yeah, we decided that we're going to land here for now. I have to say though, you and Wazi being in the Growls with it was a heck of a surprise. It was for the sake of deceiving Archbishop Heralda. He's a detractor of ours due to an inter-congregational conflict. Simply put, the thought process was that no one would expect a Dominion to pose as the head of a street gang. And I guess it worked, despite the fact that he called them the Testaments. But come to think of it, you... Thank you. But come to think of it, you guys did name your group the Testaments, not to mention all the crusades you went on. Thank you. I suppose we did. I thought we would be less conspicuous if we were intentionally a crude imitation. The good old hiding in plain sight, yeah? I can't deny that. Double down so hard on your shtick, no one would have even guessed it was authentic. Anyway, we're good to land whenever. Yes, the spot we are aiming for has already been pinpointed. Need only say the word. Very well, simply say the word when you're prepared to land. It looks like I am prepared to land. I guess I can't, upgrade these weapons anytime soon that I just bought. It cost me 8,000. Yep, everything is set. When can I get a cast free? I think that's the biggest upgrade I can currently get. Or a better cast. The spot we are aiming for has already been pinpointed. Simply say the word when you're ready to land at the Ursula Road sandbar. Understood. Confirm your destination. I mean, I only have one destination. Why are you getting me to confirm? I take it the others are going to keep monitoring the situation from above? That's the plan. They're more likely to be discovered if they stay at ground level. Now then. In the name of she who dwells above, do I hold this consecrated septarion. Oh, it's just like what Sister Marble did. I see. You're employing the Grell's thaumaturgy for this. Earth's amber glow, space's golden glow. By your congruent natures form anew a sanctuary to protect this chariot from ever-watchful eyes. What is this? A warp circle capable of stabilizing the gap within the septarion vein's influence. It's also invisible to anyone who hasn't been aboard the Merkaba. Impressive, no? In any case, it should last us for the time being. I'm speechless. I guess it's finally dawning on me that you really are one of the church's knights. After working with you for so long, it's been tough to actually picture you that way. I'm still the cool, calm, and collected playboy you've always known, Lloyd. But never mind that. What's our next move? Should we try heading to St. Ursula? Yeah, I'd like to confirm the situation there while we're in the area. It also wouldn't hurt to at least scout out the path towards Crossbell City to see what it's like. I'm fine with that as well. However, be aware that cryptids have begun to appear on the highways due to the pleroma grass. It would be wise to tread carefully. Duly noted. Then let's be off.